Hello again everybody, it's Eric with Better Every Shave, back today with a Shave of the Day video and a bit of a preview of a soap and a bowl that I received from a new artisan that I found on eBay. And they are Mount Sapo or Sapo, I'm not exactly sure the right way to say that, Artisan Soaps. They also are selling 3D printed bowls, which I will get. I'll insert a better shot here, not full of lather so you can see it, but it has fins or sort of raised areas on the bottom, and it's a pretty formidable little bowl. Really whips up a heck of a lather as I've done here, and this is the soap as well. I bought the bowl. And then I talked to the owner, Jeff, and I had just mentioned that I was going to try the soap at some point, and that when I did, I was likely going to review it and put something on YouTube. And he said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, why don't I just send you one, pick a scent, and I will send that to you so that you can review it and post it for me on YouTube. Okay, sounds good. So I picked, and you probably saw from the lid there, Almond, and I just really wanted to have a nice almond scent. I have one other almond soap in the den. Of course, everyone has this one, right? And yeah, totally, and to my nose, totally different fragrance. I mean, they're still almond fragrances, so it's not like, oh my goodness, they're completely 100% different, but this has more of a marzipan, sort of like cookie, almond dessert sort of fragrance, and Tella has almost more like of a, have you ever had like the Aveeno almond soaps, or yeah, just sort of a soap almond fragrance, if that makes sense. And I think I would call this more of like a gourmand almond scent. Again, that's me. May not be 100% accurate, but this is the description of the soap. He starts off with for a more traditional wet shave experience, this shave soap generates a rich, thick, creamy lather that helps protect the skin from irritation and razor burn by improving razor glide. Formulated with stearic acid, beef tallow, shea butter, cocoa butter, glycerin, castor oil, coconut oil, lanolin oil, argan oil, and vitamin E oil plus silk proteins prepare the beard for shaving and leave your skin feeling smooth. So lots of great ingredients in there. Mount Sapo shave soap generates remarkably rich lather quicker. Long-lasting hard soap in a jar, net weight 7 ounces. So yeah, this is a big old jar, so be using that for a while. And Jeff, who I assume is the owner, but that's who I spoke with, or at least I emailed with after the eBay purchase of the bowl. He said to me that I suppose that my almond scented shave soap is similar to Cella. I tried to make it a little different though, sneaking in a couple subtle base note scents to lurk beneath the almond cream. So that's not in the listing, but that's from Jeff. And there's definitely a little bit under there. And from the tub, it's just really super strong almond. But from here, once it's lathered, yeah, there's something there. I'm not good enough with scents to be able to pick it out, but there's definitely something there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get lathered up here. It's super thick, very creamy. So I would definitely say the performance feels like it's there. Just blooped on the floor. And the bowl, you know, I think part of it is that the bowl has those raised edges all around, and I think it probably makes it agitates a little more, and then the Peregrino brush has that very soft knot in it, so you know, I can see how that really whipped it up. All right, today I'm going to try the Yaqi Katana, and this is a single edge half DE blade on a stick, 3-piece. I'll show loading it here as part of this. So loading this razor isn't the easiest thing, and granted, I do have some dexterity issues going on, so let's just take a look at this. It's a little silly almost how clumsy I am, but it's 3-piece. You see there, pretty small head. There are the posts that the blade goes against, and I'm trying to get this blade to sit against them, and you know, I'm showing it here, but the trick now is, oh, there goes the blade. The trick now is keeping the blade on there. Oh, there's number 2. Third time's a charm. The trick is to keep it sitting on those posts while you put this head back together, and try not to disturb the blade, and sort of pinch it and check it and make sure. And if it has moved now, you have to sort of push it back against the posts, and you're, you know, working with the blade edge, so a little bit cumbersome. I also was having trouble holding it, pinching it, and getting the post to go on at the same time. I couldn't get it threaded, and then I finally did, so there you go. Terrible. That's probably much easier for someone else. I have not shaved with this razor in a very long time. I should say I have a day and a half growth, and in here is the first use half Tatra Platinum. So yeah, there's definitely some blade feel here. I can feel the edge of the blade, absolutely. We'll have to see how that feels going up on the against the grain pass. Pass 1 in the books. All right. So I'm feeling the corner of the blade a little bit, and I know that sticks out, but I could see how if maybe you weren't paying attention, you could probably dig in certain areas, and that would probably be really uncomfortable. Yeah, at least this corner here wants to dig a little bit. I mean, the blade looks perfectly straight to me, and I am favoring riding the cap here a little bit on this, because if I'm going too steep of an angle, it feels a little uncomfortable, like it wants to dig in. So I will abide and not do that. All right, here it is, the real test. It certainly makes me feel like it's gonna, yeah, leave the chin totally smooth, which it did do. Ooh, yeah, I think that just did it. I think I caught myself. We'll see. Maybe not. It's one of those where I felt the blade slide sideways a little bit, which is never a good feeling. No, this is super smooth. Scaring me a little bit here. Boy, I can feel that blade. Yeah, I can feel, this always gets chopped up with a razor like this, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I can. And I have a Yaqi Final Cut sort of on standby, so I'm actually gonna lather a little bit too. Just on this neck part right here. I want it to be smooth and I just don't want to chew myself up, so that's what's happening. I mean, I've got all these razors, might as well use them. Yeah, so Yaqi Final Cut. Just a touch up from 1, maybe 1.5. This has a 3rd use Tatra Platinum in it. Okay, I was wondering why I'm like feeling the blade like crazy. That wasn't 1 or 1.5, that was 7. There's like a couple of those little straggler hairs. Okay, I am done. I also kind of feel bad for the soap, because it's not the soap's fault that I'd have irritation. It's totally my fault for, you know, being heavy-handed, whatever it is that I did or didn't do, loading it wrong, I don't know. But it's close. If there has to be a silver lining. All right, a little bit of Thayer's. Love the spray bottle. Makes life easy. What I decided to use for an aftershave, I don't have anything that's almond that matches that really. The closest thing I can think of that's sort of a sweet smell like that is Haverford, and I love it, so I'm gonna use it. I have started putting my aftershaves in little plastic spray bottles, so I just kind of label them there, and you know, they have a little cap. And the beauty of this is, and I'll do a video about this at some point, but I realized that in taking this beautiful bottle of aftershave and dumping a bunch of it in my hand and then slapping it on my other hand and rubbing it together, look how big my hands are. Look at all that surface area. See all that? That's all covered in aftershave. And then I get some of it on my face, and I'll end up using, I don't know, a tablespoon, maybe a little less, a couple teaspoons, but at the end of the day, like, I can do 6 sprays, you know, 3 on either cheek. And I mean, you're talking a minuscule amount. I know the purists would say, hey, but you know, there's that sensation of slapping your face. I can still do that after I spray this. And trust me, it still does the same thing. It still hits with the same strength and burn, and yeah. If anything, because it's atomized, I think it sort of opens it up a little more. All right, so the last thing I'll do is some unscented balm. It makes my skin super smooth, and I use like a tiny little bit. A little dollop like that will easily cover my whole face. It just takes a little bit of time to kind of rub it all the way around. Okay, well, just in rubbing around Feels pretty smooth. And there's still a little bit on there, so I'll just dab it off. Try not to wipe. I feel like if I wipe, then I'm gonna take all of it off. I'm really just trying to get the greasy, well, this isn't greasy. That's why I love Sterling's aftershave balms, because it's not greasy. It'll rinse right off and your hands don't feel greasy. All right, well, that was despite a little mishap or two with the razor, and I actually never did cut myself. So anyway, I think the razor was fine, and next time, you know, maybe a less sharp blade. See how that goes. I will put a link to the shaving soap and the bowl in the description. I will also just put a little more explanation, the blurb I read, the ingredients, that sort of stuff. Kind of interesting. I think it's worth checking out if you're kind of looking for something new, something you haven't tried, something that's not mainstream. You know, if you troll Etsy and sort of eBay, you come across different things sometimes, and surprises kind of like this, where, you know, big old honking tub of soap for, I think it's $16.95 for 7 ounces. So yeah, I mean, very reasonable price, and yeah, the labels are nice. Yeah, very well thought out. I don't know Jeff, but it seems like he's had some experience doing this, so certainly been very generous and kind to me, so that's always a good sign, right? That's it. I, as always, really appreciate you spending your time here. There's so many shaving channels now that, I mean, I get it. We all watch a few minutes. I personally watch everybody's videos on at least 1.5 speed, sometimes 2.0. Depends on how comfortable I am with their voice. Believe it or not, I can understand people just fine on 2.0, and it helps me get through a lot of the videos. I'll slow it down for key parts where I'm trying to watch something or figure something out, but if it's a lot of chatter and just talk, which is fine, I enjoy that. That's why I watch them. I just speed it up, because then that way I can just get through more videos, see everybody's content, try to at least. Anyway, given that, I appreciate you spending your time here, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Have a wonderful day, take care of yourself, and yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.